Hi, this is TJ Jewell, and today we're going to discuss, are you a business owner or are you a worker? So we know not all of us can be business owners. I mean, we do need people to work for us. We do need consumers. So we're going to try to figure out which one are you. Can you own your own business? Do you have the tenacity? Do you have the patience? Do you have the skill to own your own business, or are you best just being an employee? And there's nothing wrong at all with being an employee. Like I said, we need employees, business owners. We need people to work for us. We need people who's going to buy from us or support us in our business so we can sustain our business. So not everyone is meant to be a business owner. We have to have a balance. So, some people say, well, why do you work? Or why do you have a job? Why don't you own your own business? But think about it. If everybody owned their own business, then who will we get to work for us? Who would be our employees? So let's try to figure out if you are a business owner or if you're a worker. Some people, they can't handle the stress of the up and downs of owning their own business. Sometimes business is good, sometimes business is not so good. And a lot of us have families that we have to support. A lot of us have just debt, just money that we constantly shell out on an everyday, every week, every month basis that, if business is good one month, and next month business is not so good and you're not good with budgeting, that it can kind of put you in a depressive type mode because you don't know where that next dollar is coming from. So, in that case, it might just meant for you to be an employee. It might just meant for you to go to work every day. So you know that you would get that paycheck weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we're going to need people to work in our businesses. So that just means that you're an employee. And there's nothing wrong with being a worker. Let me make that very clear. There's nothing wrong with getting up and going to work every day. And there's nothing wrong with owning your own business. We just have to know what is our lane and ride that lane out until we can't ride it anymore. A lot of us, we have dreams, and because we do work every day, we don't support our dreams. And our dreams can be playing basketball, or maybe tutoring, or writing poetry, or doing an exercise class, or if you like doing pottery or crafts. And if you work all day, say you work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or 8 to 5 or 9 to 6, once you get home, you don't want to do anything but just relax and decompress from that day. But that's where I feel like we need to, as hard as we work for other people, we need to work just as hard for ourselves. Meaning, if it's your own business, if you are working every day just to support your business, once you get home, if you spend 8 hours a day at work, you should spend at least 4 hours. At least 4 hours. And I know that's easier said than done, trust me. I'm the one who tries to spend at least 4 hours, but then I'm so tired because I have children. I have a partner who also wants attention. And a lot of times if you're spending that time focusing on your business, once you get home, you don't have that time for your family, your children, and your partner, your husband, your wife. You don't have that time because you're spending that time on your business. So it has to be a balance, but I do strongly try to encourage people, if you're going to spend 8 hours at work every single day, you should at least give yourself 4. If 4 is too much, at least 2 hours 4 is good. But if you can't give yourself 4, give yourself 2 hours to work on your own business and work on your own dream, work on your own craft. If you have to take a exercise class or take a nightly class just to kind of help you with your dream, then you should do that. But sometimes working for other people help you become a better boss. So working for, people in corporate America, you see who not to be, how not to act, how not to treat people, because you'll say, oh, I don't want to be like that person, So you kind of need that job to help you become better at your own business. And sometimes working for other people can help you start your own company, or it, or it can make us reliant on a check. So when our dreams doesn't give us the money that we want right away, then we give up. So sometimes having a job can kind of put you in that like lackadaisical, if that's a word. And one thing you know about me, I love making up words. So sometimes I'll say words that probably is not in a dictionary, but I feel should be in the dictionary because it makes sense in the sentence that I'm using. But, okay, back on topic. It kind of makes you reliant, makes you dependent on that paycheck every day because, as long as I go to work every day, then I know I'm going to get paid, so I don't have to try to think outside the box, or I don't have to try to create something or do something. So sometimes working a job, and especially if you have a dream to do more and you want to do more, can kind of make us lazy and not push us to move forward and do more in life, because we know that job is always going to be there. Well, not always, let me not say that, but we know that job is going to be there more so than depending on other people to support us in our business, whatever that business may be. A lot of time we reach out to family, try to get support from our families or try to get support from our friends, and a lot of times they don't support us, and we get discouraged and say, well, maybe it's not meant for me to do it because I don't have any customers or I don't have any clients at the moment, so we give up. And that's okay. I don't want people to feel like giving up is a bad thing. Giving up isn't a bad thing. Giving up, I feel like, is a way to reset. It helps you reset and refocus on what you have in mind. Because maybe, we have a thought in mind and we go one way with it, and maybe that way is not the right way. So we flip it, we step back and come up with another thought and say, okay, well, maybe this is a better way of doing it. So sometimes giving up or stepping back on your dream or your company is not a bad thing, because it gives you a chance to revamp and then come back a better, bigger and better than how you started. So don't always feel like giving up is a failure. Just don't give up and just give up. If you're going to give up, give that time while you are taking a break from your dream and figure out what your next step is and how you're going to proceed with that next step. Because giving up shouldn't be an option, but we know that it is an option. And let's use that in order to help push us forward and help move us forward in life. And even, if you're working a job and you've been there for 20, 30 years, there's nothing wrong with that. You're showing longevity. You're showing responsibility. You're showing that you can work for someone. In school, it was always said, not everyone can be a chief. We do need Indians, so that's the same thing with that. Not everyone can be a leader. We do need people to follow us. We do need helpers. We need consumers. So just because you work a job and you're comfortable with that job, you hear everybody around you starting a business, or everybody around you is doing something other than what you are doing, that does not mean that what you're doing is wrong. It just means you have a different path in life to follow, and follow that path. Go along with what you were meant to be, and you will be happy in it. But don't allow your job to stop you from doing what you want to do. If it's starting up your own business, or taking a crafting class, or taking a yoga class, just don't allow your job to stop you from being the best you that you can be, no matter what that you is. So as always, you can, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach me on my email address. It's tjjewelshealthandbeauty@yahoo, and that's TJJEWELS health HEALTH beauty BEAUTY @yahoo.com. You can also reach out to me on Instagram, and that's TJJeweled, TJJEWELED. Also, reach out to me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Let me know, are you a worker or are you a boss? Or do you have dreams that you feel like your job is keeping you from? And if so, why? Why don't you take that class or